Hi everyone, this is Ravi Gupta. Welcome to Engineering Adda. So today I will be telling you how we can develop a REST API using the Spring Boot and the PostgreSQL as a database. So yeah, that is the topic today, and I will be explaining you how we can develop those things. So the ID we are using is IntelliJ, and the database that we'll be using is the PostgreSQL. So you need to download the PostgreSQL uh, from the PostgreSQL site, and then whenever you will download, you will get the database like pgadmin, and you need to open this pgadmin for the database. Okay, and so I will tell you the steps what you need to do. So the first of all, the prerequisite for this video is you have install your PostgreSQL, you have the IntelliJ in your system, and then yeah, we can start doing those things. So I will be opening the IntelliJ here, and then we'll see how we can develop the REST API. Okay, yeah. So it is opened already. Sorry. So here you can see uh, we are just creating one Spring Boot project, and you can name it like Spring Boot with PostgreSQL. Okay, I'm not changing anything here. You can take Java 17, Java 19 is also there. Okay, okay, not a problem. So here we are. Okay, so for that I need to have a Spring Wave as a starter dependency, and then we can also use Lombok so that we can simplify our code, and then we'll need for the database we'll need this PostgreSQL driver, and then we'll be needing the JPA for the database connection, Spring Data JPA. So these four dependency starter dependency are required: Spring Web, Lombok, PostgreSQL driver, and the Spring Data JPA. So I will be creating it now. So after this, what we can do is, so yeah, after this, I just want to show you how the database PostgreSQL is looking like. So I will open that PG admin, and then I will show you. So once you will download the PostgreSQL, the PG admin will come. Okay, and then there you need to provide some username and password, and similar way how we are using the MySQL, similar way the PG admin is also there. There are a couple of servers would be there, and inside those servers you can create your databases. So let's start, and then I will show you how can connect to the database that I have created. It's taking some time to start. Yeah, so here I need to provide the password. This whole thing will be asked when you will be installing this PostgreSQL. Okay, here you can see the server is there. Let me expand it. So here you can see the PostgreSQL 15, and these are the databases. I created my database. I created my DB. Okay, and the PostgreSQL Postgre database is already there. So here what I will do is I will use this my database. Okay, and then you can see in the my database in schema section and in table section I already have one table called product. So I will be creating a similar way. Okay. So this is how the database is looking like. Okay. And now we'll back to the Spring Boot development. So I can see this. This is created. Okay. And I will be just creating the simple architecture. Will follow this entity service repository and the controller part. Okay. And then we'll create those things. So here I will be just creating some packages, and then repo, and then we'll create controller. Sorry. So you can see that I've created this three. I'm not creating the service repository, service package. Okay, just I'm creating the entity repository and the controller. So inside the entity, say we are creating some user table. Okay, so according to that, we'll create the entity. So we are just maintaining the API for the user. Okay, so the entity class would be user, and let's see, entity, and then it should be table name should also be there, which would be user, and we can create the getter and setter using data, and we can also create the all argument constructor as well as the no argument constructor. So this I'm doing because I am having the Lombok starter dependency in the project. So this is why I'm able to do it. So here we'll provide some variables like instance variables. Uh, we'll take the ID, we'll take username, first name and the last name we can take. Okay, and this should be the ID. Sorry, why it is coming like this? Why it is explicitly coming? Okay, okay, and then yeah, let it be, and then it should be auto generated. Okay, so generation generated value should be generated value, and strategy should be generation type dot identity. Okay, so it will automatically generate the ID there. And now I'm creating the user repository, that is interface, and it should extend JPA repository, and here it should be user, and the integer should be there. Okay, and now we'll create the controller, user controller class, and there we'll expose the REST APIs. Okay, so I'm just creating these two methods of one is for the insertion, and another is for the Another is for getting the details from the database. Okay, so there should be the post mapping. Okay, and let's just save. So here it will save the detail of the user. So it should be public void. I can say it's insert user. Okay, let me do it. And there will pass the user object. Okay, as a request parameter. Okay, and then so we need to call the methods of the GPS. Okay, so we need to auto wire this user repository here. So I'm just auto wiring that. So with the help of this object, I'm just calling the same method. Okay, and just pass the user object. So it will save those details into the database. And similar way for getting the details, I'm just so see if you want to list out all the users inside the database, then this method will work. I'm creating a method for that only. So here it will return repo find all. So it will return the all the users inside of the database. So let me change the name. Let us make it as a git mapping so that we can get those things. Okay. Okay, and this is a controller class, so we need to put it here the rest controller so that it can behave like a controller one, and we can also provide the mapping for this. So let me do it API, and this is how it looks. Okay. Okay, so for the database connection, we need to provide some details in the application.properties. So first of all, I will create one YML file. Okay, and we'll first of all we'll change the server port. Let us make it 9090, and then with this string. Okay, okay, let me I have these things. Okay, data string data source URL. We need to provide the URL and the things. Okay, so I'm just copy pasting this thing. You can find those things online. Okay, sorry. Yeah, so where I was. So here you can see, yeah, so here you can see we are just providing the URL of the database, which is JDBC PostgreSQL and the localhost. This is the port on which my database is running. And this is the database that I showed you here. You can see my database. So I'm just pointing to this database right now for this project. You can create your own database and point there. And this is the username and the password for me. Okay. So that's all, I think. Yeah. So we have done with the development and we can start our project and then see what is happening. So I'm just running it. So if everything is going fine, then it will create a database in the data. It will create one table in the database. We are getting some exception. Create table user this. Let me check if the database table is created or not. Inside this schema, inside the table. Let's try to refresh it. So no table is created with the name user. Okay. Let me check the exception. Create table is executed, okay, and then I want to tell this error executing detail. Why did we say these things? Okay, let me check. Syntax error at or near user. Where is syntax error? It should look like this only, or the value is there. Names. So we were getting the errors while I was using the table name as a user. I just get some time and search it why I was getting the error. I could see that I was getting this error because some keywords are reserved in the PostgreSQL. So the user keyword is also reserved. So that is why we were getting the error. Okay, then I just changed the user table name to the user table, and you can see here I just created that thing. Okay, and in the database I also checked it is created. So I will do it again. Okay, so I'm just changing the name of the table as a user table one, something like that, and then we'll run this. So yeah, so here you can see user table one is created in the database, and I can show you in the database also. So this is the database. Okay, let me refresh it and go inside the schema, go to the table, and here you can say user table one is created. Okay, so that was the issue, and now I can see the table is created. Then we'll try to access the user controller and try to hit some APIs. So I'm just opening the Postman so that we can save some of the details, some of the records inside the database. Okay, so let it open and then we'll do. So what is the API? That is API, and then if you want to save some users, then we need to go to the save, and then and the database, sorry, the application is up on the port 9090. Okay, so let it do. So yeah, we can see the postman is up, and this is the URL. That was API, and then save, and I need to provide the body. So ID will not pass, so we need to pass only the first name and the last name. Okay, so let the first name be Ravi, and last name will be Gupta. Okay, so yeah, let me send this. So here we are not able to see, but yeah, in the database we can we'll see if we are able to insert something or not. Or inside this also you can see if something is inserted or not. So you can see here the insert query is fired for the date table. Okay, and we'll check in the database. So how we can do? I'm just new to the PostgreSQL. Okay, let me do SQL. Not this. Okay, query is there. Okay, select from user table one. Okay, let me try to run it. So yeah, you can see here, we can see those records inserted. We can also insert something else as well. So let me try like room sing. Go to the database and try to run it. You can see Arun Singh is also there. And if you want to try this get API, okay, so let me try. We can find those users or not. So here in the Postman itself, we can see those things. Okay, so here you can change it to the get, and the API is all user, I think. Let me see. All user get users it is. Okay, so it is get users and send it. So you can see those ID1 and ID2, and for those this details is there. You can also check it the URL into the browser itself, and there you can also get those things. So yeah, here you can also see the first name, last name, and these records are coming. So I think we are good with the development, guys, and let me know if you are able to let me know if you find this interesting, and if it is working for you, then try supporting me. Thanks.